Cam Newton, number 2. Is Joe Milton the next Cam Newton?
No, absolutely not.
It could be.
Well, I'll tell you what, the only reason I truly feel as if he's being compared to Cam Newton is because he has pretty much the exact same measurables as
Right.
Cam Newton. Because my girlfriend's dad is a diehard Michigan fan.
Yeah.
Diehard Michigan. I don't even, honestly, I think I've asked him this, but I can't remember. I don't know why he's a diehard Michigan fan. Because, I mean, he's born in South Carolina, but he's a diehard Michigan fan. I remember before the season,
Get him on the show.
We need to. But he was telling me about Joe Milton. Like, preseason, he was telling me, he can throw the ball, the length of the football field, effortless arm talent. He's 6'4", I believe, like 220, 230. I mean, he's a
Sounds
big
pretty
dude.
good to me.
No, he's 6'5", 244.
So even bigger than what I
6'5",
just said.
244.
That boy need to be on defensive end if
He's
he
a
can't.
big-
If he don't
big
succeed
old
at
boy.
quarterback.
Yeah,
And Cam Newton is 6'5", 245.
Right,
So
and-
that's where the comparison comes
and
from.
I think he was like the number 7 pro-style
Yep, number
quarterback
7
coming out of high
pro-style,
school.
yep.
And though he's rated as a pro-style quarterback, he can move, he can make plays with the legs just as Cam Newton can.
Should have got
But-
the Tennessee jersey up.
We should have. You could have snagged it from the closet. But all this hype was around him preseason, and rightfully so, because what I just listed. I mean, he's huge. He's got effortless arm talent. He came out against Minnesota week 1. Michigan looked good week 1 against Minnesota.
Yeah.
He looked good week 1 against Minnesota. I remember thinking to myself, like, wow, this dude's going to be really good.
Yeah.
And then it just seemed like he kind of regressed as the season went on. And now he transferred in late to Tennessee. And though he transferred in late, I think most people, because Harrison Bailey kind of took the starting job towards the end of the year for Tennessee.
Yeah.
And it kind of looked, at least I thought from outside looking in, that no doubt this was Harrison Bailey's job. He was going to be their starting quarterback this year. You also had Hendon Hooker transfer in from Virginia Tech. So there was kind of a quarterback battle there. But from all things I'm reading, that Joe Milton's really impressing.
Yep.
Joe Milton's the leader for the starting job at Tennessee. So it makes me think if he does come out and have a great season, obviously, hey, he has the measurables. He has the arm strength. He has the talent. Is there something wrong with Michigan? Is that reason he didn't do great? And could he really live up to that potential that he seems to possibly have?
The thing that I found when looking at Joe Milton is Joe Milton, his greatest talent is his arm strength.
Right. Oh, yeah.
The dude can flat throw the ball straight down the field. But his downfall, from what I've seen from multiple people, is his touch.
Yeah, his accuracy.
He doesn't have he can't, instead, it kind of like what people have thought about DJ. And had brought up the question, does DJ have the touch? We know he's got the arm strength, but does he have the touch?
You know who
I've even heard
he's gonna get touched by the Georgia defensive line.
I've even heard receivers have complained about that he throws the ball too hard.
But you know what that reminds me of?
That was early Matthew Stafford.
Yeah. Going to Joe Milton, you just said he has the arm strength, but he kind of struggles in accuracy.
Yeah.
The guy we're comparing him to has arm strength, but doesn't have the accuracy. We've seen that with Cam Newton in the NFL.
And
the ability
that's
to this day.
That's his biggest flaw is accuracy.
Yep.
But when you compare him to Cam Newton, at least single season, is one of the all-time greatest college quarterbacks single season. When you're comparing him to somebody like that, that's hard to live up to.
Big shoes to fill.
Oh, yeah, and again, like I said, I think the main reason he is being compared to him is because they have the same measurables.
Right.
They kind of have the same
You don't see many
game
quarterbacks,
plan, game style.
Quarterbacks nowadays that
big
size,
and that can move. Like, again,
That's how big is DJ?
DJ's a big boy.
He's in the 6'4" range.
I think he's 6'4". I think he's like 235, something like that.
I mean,
Which he can move, but he's not no speedster.
Is Deshaun Watson, was he not a bigger guy?
Deshaun Watson's like 6'2", 215. probably
DJ's
220.
6'4", 249.
I mean, that's a big old boy.
Yeah.
But I mean, just because you have measurables
doesn't make you that guy.
Right.
That's why I say he's not the next.
Right.
And I could be wrong. He could come out. But I mean, go ahead.
Well, just with Georgia and Dwan Mathis, I mentioned.
That's actually I was going to refer.
Got
to
the
that.
measurables.
Right.
I mean, in practice, he's lighting it up. He looks good. He's impressing. He's got the size. He's got the speed. He can throw the ball a mile. But you got to be able to hit your target.
That's exactly what I was about to say, because even at Michigan, as I mentioned previously, he was getting all that hype leading up to the season because he was doing great in practice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Reminds me of Dwan Mathis. He's doing great now in scrimmages and practice in Tennessee. Kind of reminds me of Dwan Mathis. He was doing great last year for Georgia. There was a lot of hype around him. You put him in the game situation, and he kind of crumbled.
Right.
And that's kind of what we saw Joe Milton do last year for Michigan.
Yep.
Yeah, he had that great game against Minnesota, but after that, he never lived up to those expectations. And once they kind of removed Joe Milton from the lineup, you saw Michigan's offense kind of tick up.
Yeah.
But in Joe Milton's defense, the last few years, we've seen Jim Harbaugh and Michigan not be able to figure the quarterback position out at all. That's where they've struggled.
Even when they had Shea Patterson.
Right.
I can't believe Jim Harbaugh's still there.
They couldn't consistently move the offense week in and week out.
That's been their biggest problem.
1 week Shea Patterson would come out and throw lights out. Next week they couldn't.
That's been Michigan's biggest problem under Jim Harbaugh. It's not the defense.
But
it's
I
the
think
offense.
I think in talking about this, we have to remember which team we're discussing here.
Right.
We're discussing the University of Tennessee.
Right.
That every year it's their year. Yeah. Every year we're getting over the hump.
We're finally getting back.
We're finally getting back. We finally got the recruiting now. We finally have the head coach that we need. But every year it's the same old. And I think we have to remember that because, of course, they're going to put a lot of hype around this guy.
Absolutely.
He's coming from the University of Michigan, big brand program. Right. He's the next Cam Newton. He has all the measurables just like Cam Newton. Right. He's going to be, they're going to hype him up just like they do their football team every year.
And to piggyback off of that, exactly, Tennessee is a dumpster fire right now. They're coming off the firing of Jeremy Pruitt, pretty much cleaning house with everybody.
They have to have something to look forward to.
Money in McDonald's bags. I mean, that's what they're known for at the moment. So I think that plays against Joe Milton. I mean, you're having to insert yourself into that program with a new head coach and Josh Heupel. And I mean, I don't know too much about Josh Heupel, so I think it's going to be tough for him to succeed. I pull for his success, but I don't think he's got a lot
of people watching him. Tennessee is, like you said, they're dumpster fire, and they're looking for somebody to step up and take that role to take them to the next level. And he's got a lot of pressure on him because if he doesn't, the fan base itself is not going to like him.
Oh, we've seen
right off the bat.
Nothing against Tennessee fans, but as any SEC team, really, these fans they're not very forgiving.
I was about to say, we've seen in the past few years, Tennessee's not very patient.
No.
You don't got a long leash.
This cat's probably got a game.
Right, yeah. I mean, I don't know who they play week 1.
He may only have 3 or 4 drives.
Right. I don't know who they play week 1, but
who they open up with.
At least their first good team that they play, the moment he struggles, because I mean, you got to think, you got Harrison Bailey, a highly touted guy. You got Trevor Maurer or Marr, however you pronounce his name, and you got Hendon Hooker that's coming from Virginia Tech. There's a lot of quarterback.
I don't know how it's going to shake out. If you're a Tennessee fan, you have to feel decent about your quarterback situation.
They have a solid quarterback room for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, they
got experience.
They open up with Bowling Green. So he could get some reps. Then they play Pitt.
That's a solid ACT.
Then they play Tennessee Tech.
And then Florida.
Florida.
You know the worst thing about being a Tennessee fan?
You
play Bama in the regular season every single year.
Yeah, facts. So
that's tough.
So that's the question: is Joe Milton the next Cam Newton? Our opinion is no.
We will see. I don't know about I'm not gonna say yes or no.
I'm rooting for the guy.
Gun to head, I'm saying no.
Yeah, I'm rooting for the guy. Yeah,
but I'm rooting for him as long as he
but
looks like junk.
It's big shoes to fill, and like you said, I think you said it very well. Just because you have the measurables doesn't mean you have the ability to live up to that.
What's his speed like? Is that what it says?
Well, he can run the ball.
Yeah, he was listed as a pro-style quarterback coming out of high school. Right. Not a dual threat, but he can move. He can make plays with his feet. Right. He's not a Johnny Manziel or Deshaun Watson or Lamar Jackson type runner, but he can make plays with his feet. Absolutely.
We'll see.
We'll
see how it shakes out. I mean, this cat may not even be the quarterback here in a few months. For
right. Yeah.
According to ESPN, his 40-yard dash was a 4.8.
Yeah.
So he ran a 4.8.
So he's not burning.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Justin Fields in comparison ran a 4.5.
Put it this way: Darnell Washington and this cat.
Yeah.
Are neck and neck in a foot race.
So he's a big guy. Has the potential to be the next Cam Newton. Really.
But
we don't know.
So stay tuned for
more thoughts.
And give us your thoughts on Joe Milton and the potential to be like Cam Newton.
Until next time, keep talking ball.